Okay, so what happened to the brother? Do you all still speak? Is it all okay with
We
you guys?
hate each other. No, I'm kidding. We're very close still. It was just the right time for us to close that chapter. My oldest brother and his wife were expecting their first child. I'm now an uncle, which is exciting. And then my other brother wanted to pursue some things, and I was at a point where I was ready to go out and take that step out on my own. And you know, it happens with anything. You know, there's a season for everything, and that was the time for us to close that chapter. But it's been good, and we're all still very close.
There was an extraordinary, I mean, the whole thing surrounding you guys, you know, and the purity rings that you're wearing and the whole Disney bubble that you were in. Was that tough, keeping up with all of that?
A little bit.
Innocence.
Yeah, no, being innocent and being perfect is impossible, you know, and I think that I feel for a lot of young performers that I see now who are just sort of understanding that and coming to that moment where you realize that you have to do what's right for you and your growth as a person and go on your own journey. And I was thankful to have some time to figure that out and you know, to still be here doing what I love, but to have gone through a real growth and a better understanding of who I am today.
Well, you look at Miley Cyrus, of course, because she was, I think you dated her at one stage and you were all in the Disney bubble together. Well, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, me too, I've heard that.
You know, she went completely in the opposite direction. And it must be, is there a part of you that wants to fight against that whole pure thing?
You know, I think that I've come into my own as a man, and with that, I'm now more comfortable with, I think, pursuing the image I want to pursue and creating and curating something that is relevant to me as a 22-year-old guy. So the record I made, you know, and Jealous being the first step into that, I think is a good representation of some of the sexier elements, some of the more relationship-based songs, whatever it is that I'm feeling, just trying to infuse that and make something that showcases who I am.
And what's it like being famous when you're so young? I mean, being with the brothers, though. I mean, you were, as you say, 15.
It's wild. It's a crazy thing. You know, people actually caring who you're dating at 14 is not a normal thing. But my parents are really good people, and they did a good job of helping us kind of keep our heads on straight. But also, I think I had a really interesting outlook about it. I never really thought it was real. I just kind of like, this is all make-believe, and I just get to go and sing, and that's all I care about.
But there was a very real thing that was happening to you as a teenager as well, because you were diabetic. You were diagnosed as diabetic. At the time, you were quite frustrated, and you didn't know you were going to be able to carry on, did you?
Yeah, it was tough. You know, at 13, in the middle of a crazy tour, I got the news that I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. And you know, the first question is, am I going to die? What's happening? And thankfully, it's a manageable disease, and you know, I'm now almost at 9 years as a diabetic, and try to do what I can to help other people, just because I feel like it is one of those things that if you're comfortable, you should speak out about, because I think it can bring a lot of help to people. But yeah, I'm feeling good, healthy.
Well,